made it back out to Ouray. This place is so magical. I haven't been here in 2 years, and I'm so glad I'm back. I'm at around 9,500 feet of elevation right now, so definitely an adjustment from the virtually zero that I've been hanging out at for a while. So I'm feeling a little bit winded this first afternoon that I'm out here camping, but I'm gonna get used to it. I have some really cool hiking planned for next week. And yeah, I'm just like really happy to be back out here. I'm at the end of this amphitheater camp area that I like to go and camp at. So it's pretty nice and secluded. So I'm gonna be enjoying my first afternoon out here with just beautiful views of the mountains all around me. It's funny, I kind of noticed that I'm camping right on top of these mining track ties. So like a little mine cart used to be running out here to probably just some little mining operation they had in the mountain right next to me. A lot of these trails in Ouray were originally for the miners, right, to get out to the mountains and do their excavations. So that's why we have so many like really cool mountain passes and places to explore around the mountains, because of the mining operations out here. I just made it up Corkscrew Pass. I'm hanging out with my friend Michelle. We hung out in Glacier National Park last year. So she has this camp spot that is beautiful. We're up at Alpine level. I'm not really feeling the elevation quite yet, thankfully. I'll probably feel it if I start to hike around, but yeah, it's nice, and it's 10 degrees cooler up here, so nice little cool off. So we're hiking around where we're camping this afternoon at all the little ponds. And there's just like algae sitting on top of these. There's probably like 4 or 5 different ponds. So we're just kind of scooting around, taking some pictures and stuff like that. And yeah, it's really pretty out here.
I think it was just like one little baby cloud lit up.
So on my way up here, I stopped to air down my tires at the little like kind of staging area towards the highway. And I guess I parked like right near where some guy was like parked, and then he was like going from his campsite and like grabbing some stuff, and he's like, "Oh, nice Lexus, it's like really, really beautiful." He's like, "Is that a real snorkel?" And that was a question I never thought anyone would ask me ever. I was like, "Yeah, it's a real snorkel." So now we're making our way east from our little camp spot, stopping by this really beautiful alpine lake. And we already made it across a couple of the mountain passes. We're gonna keep going and hit another mountain pass. I think it's called California. So it's gonna be a beautiful ride out here. Michelle and I made it to really beautiful overlook that I think we're gonna camp at. It's right off of the California Gulch Road, off this little offshoot, and yeah, if you can see these mountains behind me, they are incredible. So we're we're hanging out up here. We're above 12,000 feet this time, so the temperature dropped a bit, a little bit colder up here, and it's been kind of persistently windy. So we angled our car, so hopefully it's gonna break a lot of the wind, which has been doing pretty good so far. So we're just hanging out up here. This is like a hot spot for people to come through and check out the view. So we've been saying hi to some people recently, but yeah, it's nice up here. So we're up here, we watched some clouds come through, and now it's hailing sideways on us. So you can see like all the little hail dots falling. Luckily, we're under my awning, and all the wind's blowing this way, so we're on the other side of my truck. So it's working out pretty good just to be hanging out here. So we just left where we were thinking about camping. It's just a little too windy up there. It got to like be really, really bad, and the wind changed directions. It was just pelting us. So we're coming down back where we came. We're at the Sound Democrat Mill. That's cool. So I was reading that they would truck the ore in from the mine up there, and then they would crush it in the crusher above into 3-inch pieces, and then they would use these mills or whatever these are called to make a powder, and they mix the powder with water, and that would make a paste, and then I think they said they'd mix it with mercury, and that would suck the gold out of the powder and stuff like that. So they're trying to extract gold from the ore in the hills. Cool, so we got to the camp spot that we picked out on the way back up there, and it's empty. And so we're cooking dinner right now. This is a beautiful area just right in this little gulch. And starting to rain, unfortunately. Got pretty gloomy out here, but it's a lot less windy. So I have high hopes that tonight will be a peaceful rest. Michelle's heading out to go down to Silverton and check out some other stuff. So I'm gonna be hanging out here at this campsite for a little bit longer. I'm over on my way to my next camp spot, and I stopped by this area called Animas Forks. So I'm reading about this now. So the first settlers came and settled this little town in 1873. And the town kind of remained until the 1920s, when they said that metal prices were dropping. And what they really were doing out here is similar to that mill that I was at earlier, was looking for gold and silver in the hills. So they connected a roadway from here to Silverton, which is kind of like a bigger town out here in the mountains. And yeah, so I'm gonna go explore. This is a really neat little ghost town, like right in the center of all these off-road trails. So yeah, I'm gonna spend like an hour or so out here checking it out. Unfortunately, it's like really overcast and kind of drizzling on me, so I'm gonna make the best of it. Man, I can only imagine this view living out here, but you know, in 1800, it's probably a really hard life with sub-zero temperatures in the wintertime and lots of snow. I mean, I'm here in July, and it's like pretty cold out here because we're above 10,000 feet. I think we're around 11,000 feet out here, so pretty gnarly, but yeah, it's just beautiful. I found this really nice little camp spot right down the road from Animas Forks. I didn't have to drive very far after exploring yesterday. It's right next to this river, and there's this rushing waterfall that I'm gonna go check out in a second. But yeah, this morning's been beautiful, just beautiful blue, clear sky. Last evening was like really overcast, a little bit rainy, so pretty pleased with the morning. Hopefully it stays pretty sunny and warm for me throughout the day. But yeah, so just hanging out here, and I'm gonna be planning to move along again this evening to American Basin. I just drove over the Cinnamon Pass. That was a pretty nice ride, but it was pretty much pouring rain the whole time. But I just arrived here in American Basin. Got a nice flat camp spot. There's only like 2 camp spots around here. And It's incredible. I'm gonna be just hanging out looking at this mountain range, and wow, this is so beautiful. There's more running water right near here. I'm gonna fall asleep to the running water once again. Wow, this right here is like the spot. Like, this is what I've been looking for. This is what I want to hang out in. The sun's kind of coming out after it's been raining a little bit, so my spirits are high now. They're a little lower before it got like really cold all of a sudden, so feeling pretty good. Oh man, so I was planning on going and trying to do this Handies Peak 14er hike this afternoon, but around 2 p.m., 3 p.m., it started pouring rain. So I had to take cover in my truck, and that canceled my plans. Now it's like a little bit more stable. It's been overcast every single day here in the afternoon. So now the plan is to wake up tomorrow morning, check the weather, and if it's not raining, or forecast to rain, I'm gonna try to do this hike. So we'll see how it goes. It's 6:30 a.m. I just got to the trailhead for Handies Peak, the 14er I'm about to try. I checked the weather overnight at like 2 in the morning for the forecast on the mountain, and it looks like no rain. The sky looks pretty good right now, so I just kind of am prepping. I'm about to head to the trail. All right, I'm almost ready, but I almost started to hike towards the trail with my slippers on. All right, I made it out to the lake. This is about 25% of the total hike, but it's halfway through the elevation gain. So I'm gonna sit here for a second, get my breath, and drink some water. I brought a gallon of water, which is pretty nice. And then I'm gonna head up to the peak. I'm feeling good. I haven't trained for this, and I feel it, but I'm not feeling like I have to turn around quite yet. I'm slowly making my way up. I'm on the last stint. I can feel the low amount of oxygen in the air. I think I read somewhere that at 14,000 feet, there's 60% of the amount of oxygen in the air compared to sea level. It's a beautiful view. Unfortunately, there's some forest fire smoke, so it's kind of obscuring a lot of the mountains. But I'm taking breaks like this every once in a while, trying to make it up there. Doing pretty good. All right, I made it. My first 14er. Whew, that was tough. I was taking a lot of breaks getting up this last steep section. Thank you to my supporters, Marissa, Rachel, Mom, Minnie. It's amazing to be up here. This is really cool. I'm really glad to be up here. I am back at one of my favorite camp spots around Ouray, right on the edge of this cliff. So the weather is amazing. I'm back down around 10,000 feet, not 11 or 12 anymore like I've been the past couple days. So now I'm wearing a t-shirt, the sun's out. Feels amazing. I just summoned that 14er. I'm feeling real good. So yeah, I'm gonna hang out here the next 2 days or so and then kind of figure out what I'm gonna do next. But yeah, I just love this spot so much. I'm so happy that it was open. So yesterday I was up at the Ouray Hot Springs. I got to spend a couple hours in their hot spring pools and kind of relax. I got a nice shower. And yesterday evening and today, I'm hanging out again with my friend Michelle. So we're camping up here on the southwest side of Ouray, and we just have this beautiful mountain view. We drove up to this little basin last evening and looked at the wildflowers. So it was a good time. So it's pretty good out here. The sun's finally out and it's semi-warm, which is nice. So we're just enjoying it. I just drove about 3 hours or so from Ouray out towards Crested Butte. I'm on the Keebler Pass trail, and it's like nothing. It's like tons of regular cars are driving on it, but there's a bunch of little offshoots with just amazing aspen groves. And I found this really sick camp spot kind of perched up in a clearing looking at these beautiful mountains. So I'm really stoked on it. It's a lot warmer down here. It's like 80 degrees compared to like 60, 50 up in Ouray because it's so much higher elevation. So it's kind of enjoyable, just hanging out with shorts on. And yeah, I'm going to be hanging out here. I was doing a little bit of scouting for a special event for Steven, and I think I found a number of really good spots. I'm making some breakfast right now. I got a little bit of an egg and cheese croissant going on, so that's really tasty. And this is just a beautiful view to have a morning breakfast at. All right, I just met up with Tomas and Ray, my best buds on the trail. We just drove up this off-road trail and we're doing Rustler's Gulch hike today. We were gonna do a 14er, but since I changed plans and wanted to be in Crested Butte, we just made this happen. So yeah, it's gonna be a really fun time hanging out with them. So I'm really stoked on it.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful.
Pretty enough.
We made it to the end of the gulch.
Pretty sweet.
Wasn't too difficult of a hike. I was starting to feel it at the end. But now we're gonna hang out at this waterfall. So it's gonna be really nice just hanging out here.
Have a little snack. Look at that thing. Beautiful. Oh. It's a really cool vibe in here.
See, we're waking up this morning in this little shared camp spot. It was a really good time hanging out last night with Tomas and Ray. So yesterday on that trail hike, we were able to skip a lot of the boring part by taking my truck off road and going to the real trailhead. It was really easy and took a lot of miles off of the trail.
Oh yeah, it was my third time doing this hike and the first time in the truck for the first 2 miles, and it's definitely worth it. And it was also kind of cool to see Aaron part the Red Sea as he splashed through that deep water crossing. It was pretty wild.
Yeah, there's this water crossing in the beginning that was like maybe the deepest I've ever done. So it's good
It
to
got
have
up to your head.
It
Like got up to your head.
It
which
got
is,
it like
pretty
almost
insane.
washed over the head. It was
I
nuts.
felt like I was on a boat.
Yeah, it was like quite a lot.
Yeah,
so
that's pretty sweet.
good thing I have a real snorkel.
Yeah.
Tomas and Ray are heading back to inner Colorado to go back to work, and then I'm going to be heading deeper into the woods to go back to work as well.
Work.
So,
Work
so
sucks.
it was great hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, dude, it was fun. It was a great
It's always
time.
good time hanging. So.
It was so
Oh, yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Until the next one.
Until the next one.
Definitely.
Awesome. I just drove just a couple miles onto this off-road trail, over a couple hills, and dipped down and found these official camp spots that are along the trail. I got a nice spot right next to the river, so it's gonna be a really peaceful time, kind of out here secluded, and yeah, really looking forward to spending some time out here. So this is my second to last night out here, and I have a bit of extra food. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start snacking on some stuff. So right now I'm making some nachos with cheese that I have left over. So it's gonna be pretty good eating. Today is my last full day in Colorado. I've had a great time out here, seen some beautiful sights, beautiful mountain ranges, done some great hikes. But I'm still realizing that I miss my time with my loved ones back home. So looking forward to getting back home. At the same time, I'm, thinking back and realizing I love my time with my friends out here. So I can't wait to get more friends and loved ones out here camping with me. So hope you guys had a good time checking out what's going on out here in Colorado. I sure did.